Yo, welcome to the next episode of Talk Smack with Mac. I'm with two of my favorite people here. I got Travis, he's a frequent flyer on the Talk Smack podcast. And my dog, Liam, man. I feel like we're building one hell of a friendship online through the podcast, talking some good shit. And I have a special guest for you, ladies and gentlemen. I got my big brother. He's not going to be on the podcast. He may not even talk, but he's sitting right over there. Liam, man, what's up?
What's up, man? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, man, you're looking fly. I'm digging the glasses with the hat back and the collared long sleeve. You're looking dope. You're matching your apartment. I don't know if you did it on purpose, but it looks good.
Yeah. Thank you,
All
man.
right, man.
Appreciate it.
We're going to talk some UFC. That's something that I really enjoy doing. Tomorrow it's not a pay-per-view, I don't believe, but UFC Fight Night. It's one hell of a main event. We got Covington versus Tyron Woodley. Two rivals, two guys that hate each other. And I'm expecting to see a little bit of the Covington and the Usman fight, kind of like that style. These guys should be getting after it.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. And I love the way they're building it up as well. Have you guys been watching the press conferences?
I've seen the one yesterday.
Yeah.
At the way and get into it. I think this is going to be a big fight because this is it's big for both of their careers because Colby Covington made it to the top, got his ass beat by Kamaru Usman, and then Tyron Woodley fell off some fights ago. So now it's like, this is big. Like, whoever wins this, it's literally one guy's going to turn into a journeyman, in my opinion, and one guy's going to go back to the top of the division,
I like how you said the journeyman.
Maybe not a journeyman, but
if Tyron Woodley loses again, I believe this will be his fourth fight in a row that he has lost. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's like 3 or 4.
I think third fight. If he loses third fight, because he beat Till, and then Kamara he lost, and then Gilbert Burns he lost. If he loses this one, it'll be his third fight he's lost. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a big one for him, man.
So if he loses 3 in a row, it's going to be bad for him. You start seeing in the UFC, when you start to pile up losses together, you fall down the rankings fast as fuck. There's too many skilled people in every division now. There's not a weak division in the UFC. And if Tyron Woodley loses his third fight, he's going to go from champ to maybe falling out of the top 10.
Well, and it depends how he loses it. They could have a 3-round fight that's good and it goes to decision. But now if it's another fight where he got figured out again and they just wait for him to throw that big right, that's what kind of happened is the whole UFC figured him out at once. So that's kind of why. He's not just getting beat. He's getting beat definitively.
Yeah, he's getting dominated, man. It's kind of frustrating to see as well. I was watching Brendan Schaub talk about it, and I think he's not won a single round in 10 rounds. Mm-hmm. So it's like I say, man, I'm a massive Woodley fan. I love watching him fight. Yeah. I thought he was great. He had a really good run at one point where it was kind of like, is this dude going to be compared to like GSP? Let's have a look. So I've got it up on my screen. So he won the belt from Robbie Lawler after beating Kevin Gastelum, and he drew with Stephen Thompson, and then he beat Stephen Thompson, Damien Maia, Darren Till. He was on such a good run, and it's just last couple of fights, he's lost pretty badly. Yeah. So yeah, he really needs to get this win. I think this is a big one for him.
Yeah, man. With Tyron Woodley, like Travis said, that the UFC figured him out all at once. All he does is backpedals, lets the opponent kind of rush him, corral him, and just waits for that one big punch. Because he has incredible knockout power. He can lay people out.
If he touches you with that right.
But yeah, if he lands with that right, you're probably out. But with that being said, everybody's waiting for it. It's so easy to watch the box of a fighter. Watch their box, and when you see that right shoulder move a little bit, all you got to do is step back. I know it's so much easier said than done. Believe me, I'm not in the octagon. I'm not getting my ass kicked. But if I'm being paid money to do this on a daily basis and perform when it matters most, I'm going to watch that box. When Tyron fucking builds up, step back, get the hell out of there. Keep him close. Keep him inside. Don't let him get off punches. Corral him and get him into clinch. But with Covington, they're pretty similar in styles, man.
Yeah, well, Tyron Woodley, you know, I think he has trouble with fighters that throw a lot of velocity, whether like just throw a lot of punches. And Colby just throws and throws and throws, keeps coming forward. He's very high paced. So it's going to be interesting for sure. That's not the only fight. You've got Johnny Walker as well on the card. Fighting Ryan Spann. That'll be interesting. I feel like Johnny Walker was on a run for quite a while as well, and then he kind of just like was quite a lot of hype behind him, and then it just kind of died out a bit. He got beat by Corey Anderson and who was it? Kralov. Sorry, I can't even pronounce that guy's name. Nikita Kralov. So he's lost 2 in a row. So if he loses this one as well,
Spann has lost 2 in a row.
No,
but Johnny Walker.
No, I believe. Oh yeah, I like Johnny Walker too. I haven't watched a lot of his fights.
I was looking at it wrong. Okay,
I haven't watched a lot of his fights, but
I'll be honest with you. I've never seen Johnny Walker fight, so I'll definitely check him out and look at that. Who is somebody on the prelim card that you're looking forward to watching, if any?
I was like watching the girls fights on the prelims. I think they're pretty cool. We've got Jessica Rose Clark versus Sarah Alpar. That'll be quite interesting. I don't know a lot about her opponent, but Sarah beat Paige VanZant and Beck Rollins, so that'll be quite an interesting fight, especially on the prelims. It's pretty cool.
I feel like with the females in general, women's, in my opinion, they don't, but in the general public, I believe that women still have something to prove in fighting, in UFC, in boxing, because they need to be treated equal, right? So every fight, women are fucking bringing it. They have to. Because say a woman goes in, she's technically sound, she does great every round, but she's not flashy. I don't think she's going to gain the attention she needs to get signed or to get to certain places, to draw the attention of certain people. Whereas if a girl goes in there and she's just throwing bombs, throwing haymakers, and she knocks the girl out, she's going to get more attention.
Yeah,
so
like Cyborg.
Have something to prove in. So like, I'll say a solid 7 out of 10 women fights are fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. Especially when you watch Amanda Nunes throw down. She's awesome, man. I'd be interested to see how she would do against some of the dudes.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
Terrifying. She's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. I know some people might be like, oh, that sounds a bit weird to have a girl fighting a guy. But when you see her skill set and you see the way she just brutally knocks girls out, it's like, I think she'd do very well.
She literally like plays with anybody. There's not been one person that I was like, oh, okay. Like she just literally jokes around with them. Yeah. Like if you were playing the UFC
she
game,
made it last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel she just wanted to go the distance, yeah.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes was having such a hard time finding a fight that I feel like if she would have, which I 100% think that she could have went in the first round and knocked that girl out, who was not a slouch. She was like a black belt in 2 different martial arts.
Yeah.
That lady is highly skilled, and Amanda Nunes was playing with her like it was like a puppy or something or a toy.
Yeah, she's proper crazy. And her record, man, she's beat like Ronda Rousey, Holly Holmes, like just insane.
I think her most impressive win is when she just outboxed Cyborg.
Yeah.
Okay, Cyborg is known for ripping girls' heads off, chewing girls up and spitting them the fuck out. Amanda Nunes just went in there and beat the shit out of her.
Yeah. She was just so much cleaner boxing, and she was just landing with so much accuracy. It was so weird to watch that knockout. It was brutal. I did want a rematch just because I thought it was over so quickly, but at the same time, I don't know. I think that probably be same result.
Do you think we will ever see a cross-promotion fight between UFC and other MMA organizations?
Hell no.
Well, the thing is with that, the other promotions need to have a star big enough for them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of tough because whenever they get a star that's becoming big enough, they usually come to UFC, because they only sign, say, 4-5 deals or something like that. So usually once their deals come to an end, they're able to negotiate contracts with the UFC who pay more money and obviously give them a bigger shine in terms of spotlight and stuff like that. So it's kind of tough. I think you need to have quite a, maybe like who's that flashy guy that's in Bellator? The black dude.
Double titles? Oh, you said black dude?
Yeah, black dude. Venom Page, MVP. Michael Venom Page. I think he's Bellator. He's the guy kind of flashy and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's high, they're kind of building him up a wee bit. But I don't know if he's got the skills to compete because I'm trying to think what weight class he's in. I think he's pretty heavy compared to the UFC. I don't think he'd do like people in the UFC in his division. I don't know how well he would do. But yeah,
you're looking him up now.
Yeah, I'll check him out. MVP.
Yeah, honestly, man, I kind of feel bad because I should know this stuff, but I don't really watch Bellator at all, and I'm kind of guilty because this is fighting, man. I know they have some bad-ass martial artists over there, people that just know their shit, or people that just will knock some people's heads off. I need to check them out. I wish Bellator had like the UFC Fight Pass. I wish Bellator had one. Is Bellator on there? It's not, right? I wouldn't think they would be unless they be.
Yeah, so that'll be tough because he's only been beat once. He beat Paul Daly, and he lost by knockout to Douglas Lima, and he's won 3 fights since then. But I mean, the people that he's fought, they don't even have a Wikipedia page. He's just kind of it's just kind of to kind of build him up again. And he's a welterweight as well, dude. So like, put him against it. Look at the welterweight division in UFC. You've got Colby, you've got Gilbert Burns. Like, no, I don't think he would do very well. I don't think the UFC would only do that to kind of prove a point, that there's levels. I don't think the UFC really need to do any cross promotion. So I think the UFC is pretty elite,
Yeah, UFC is like the major, like that's the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is like minor leagues at that point.
The thing with the UFC is that they're only getting bigger.
Yeah.
They're only going to sign more fighters. They could we're seeing the beginning of the UFC taking that next step.
I mean, they started in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And have made this much compared to if you go football and basketball, them shits have been around for hundreds of years. Well, 100 years, the NFL's been around for literally, I think 100 years this year.
I think it's like
maybe more.
12 years.
It's like a milestone this year, and then some other shit. So it's like UFC's been around for this short amount of time, and it's already
years, and it's damn near
because it's a more worldwide sport though too.
Yes,
all around.
But all right, so back to the prelim cards. Do you have somebody, Trev, that you're looking forward to? All right, so somebody I want you guys to check out on the prelims is Randy Costa, the Zohan. Check him out, man. I had him on the podcast. Excuse me. I had him on the podcast, and of course, I had to do my due diligence, so I went back and watched all his fights. This dude is flashy. He's coming for the knockouts. He's throwing his fucking hands. He's coming to take people's heads off. He's new, man. He's a younger guy. I think he's like my age, so he's like 26. So he's 5-1. Check him out, man. I highly recommend. He fights tomorrow. Prelims, probably around prelims start tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 10 p.m. in Scotland?
Probably, man. The fights are on super late. We have to stay up until 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys gotta fucking get a lot of beer and commit when you're watching the fight.
Yeah, dude, it's so tough. It's so tough.
That sounds miserable. Sorry, man. Maybe they'll have a fight in Scotland. I'll have to watch it super early or something.
Yeah, you feel the pain.
All right, so Let's go to the next fight next week. So what's the other card, Trev?
Oh wait, hold on, dude. You've still got 2 fights. Look at if you've been keeping an eye on this Russian guy. I think he's Russian. He keeps getting compared to Khabib. Do you know the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Kamzat?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Something
say
like
that.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up and learn how to say his name. I don't because it's to fight everybody. That's the guy that's saying I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight this fight, and then 1 week later or something like that, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Fight. It's that guy, right?
I think he's booked like 2 fights in a row.
Back to
Yeah.
back.
So he's planning to just go through this Gerard Mirsk.
I'm excited, man.
Why do you got such hard names to pronounce,
he
man? You know,
fought
this is tough.
July 15th and July 25th.
Yeah. He fought in 10 days separate and won both.
That's
one
crazy.
by submission and one by KO. Oh shit!
Yeah.
This guy isn't playing, man. He's
No.
He's just bringing.
This guy's serious.
After we finish, I'm gonna go watch all of his fights.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a video of him dropping Alexander Gustafsson with a body punch online. Yeah, this guy's like tough.
Recently?
I'm not sure. I've not actually seen the video. I only heard about it.
Gustafsson, man, I was so disappointed in his last fight because I was a big fan of him moving up to heavyweight because of how, in my opinion, he's legendary to me because he gave DC
Such
and
good
John
fights.
Jones fits. It takes a very talented guy to do that.
Yes.
But he moved up to heavyweight and he looked like shit. He did. He looked fat. He looked out of shape. He didn't look good at all. So I want to see a rebound.
It's crazy though, because see if John Jones and DC weren't in that division at that time, I think he would have been the best for a long time.
I ask myself that all the time.
So funny, right? But yeah, that guy's brilliant, man. A lot of respect for Gustafsson. He's a man. And you've got Cerrone on the card as well, and Nico Price.
He's always on the card.
He's on every
Put
card.
Cowboy on the card. You need a filler throwing Cowboy. He's ready always.
Cowboy.
And he's fighting Nico Price as well. He's kind of quite cool. I like watching him fight. From Florida. He's got such cool energy. Really
what team is
energy. What was that? Sorry, Nico Price?
Yeah. Who's he fight out of?
Where about? Like, where does he fight?
You know what gym?
What gym? I'm not sure. I've got his Wikipedia up just now. I'm going to have a little look. It's just saying that he's American mixed martial artist, Cape Coral, Florida. I'm not sure where he fights out of, but he's so high paced. He's very exciting to fight, and he's got so much energy. Even his interviews are brilliant. Oh,
he's out of Syndicate Kickboxing, right?
What's boxing?
Oh, Syndicate Boxing Club.
Oh, cool, man. But he's giant. He's 6 foot. He's quite big. I think Cerrone's going to have some trouble with him. Cerrone's not really got anything to gain from it, really, to be honest. He's not.
He just likes to fight.
He just likes to fight, yeah. I don't even think we really care if he's got anything to gain from it now. If he's fighting Tony Ferguson or Nico Price, it doesn't really matter, or for a belt or not for a belt. We just want to see Cowboy fight.
Oh my gosh. So this is Cowboy's last 4 fights, and I don't think this is very fair. Anthony Pettis.
Yep.
Conor McGregor.
Yep.
Justin Gaethje. And Tony Ferguson. Come on.
Dude, that's tough.
Give the guy a break.
And then,
how much money is he making from these fights?
Break. That's the thing.
Because that's not fair.
Dude, see if you look at his record back a wee bit as well, it goes like lost to Darren Till, lost to Robbie Lawler, lost to George Masvidal. He's fought like everyone. Mike Perry, Matt Brown.
Edson Barbosa.
The best people.
Gillard,
the best people in the world. Cowboy is constantly fighting. You like Cowboy, huh? Yeah, I remember
Nate Diaz.
Shane used to talk about Cowboy back in the day.
52 fights.
Back in the day, he fucking was beating everybody.
Was that guy, yeah.
I watched a lot of those fights. It wasn't until he started fighting Ben Henderson. Ben Henderson knows the shit.
I think I seen him when he was in his amateurs.
Yeah, that's wild, man. So you ready to jump to the next card? UFC 250?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Let's see it. All right. So This is a big one for a lot of people. Israel Adesanya has a big fan base. He's pretty animated before, during, and after the fights. He's fun to watch. I personally need to watch him more. I've watched like 10 of his fights, even some really old stuff. But Paulo Costa, man, he's coming in. This is a big guy that only moves forward. I'm gonna let you take this one over, man. These are your peeps.
Man.
Go ahead and talk about it.
I don't know, bro. I've watched a lot of Israel Adesanya fights. A big thing that I have about that is Israel Adesanya's fought 70 kickboxing matches, something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. He's experienced in combat fighting a million times over. So there's no striking training he's done. All he's increased now since he's been in the UFC and MMA is grappling. I know some years back he was a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and it's been a long time since then. So, he has all those other things going for him. So it's like Paulo Costa is a good fighter, but a young fighter. And I think the experience is going to play a lot in here. And, you can push forward as much as you want because that's what Israel Adesanya wants. He wants you to push forward and make a mistake. I don't know. I'm going to be biased, though, too, because obviously.
Izzy is his favorite fighter right now. So how do you feel about it, Liam? How are you feeling about this fight?
I think it's really good. I think this is a really exciting matchup. Adesanya, he's so technical with his striking. He's so smooth. And he's not afraid to fight guys with power. Even when you look at his record, he's fought Kevin Gastelum. He's fought technical people as well, like Anderson Silva, although it was later Anderson Silva. But Robert Whittaker as well, he pieced him up. I thought he was going to finish the fight in the first round, and he finished him in the second. And then he fights Yoel Romero. The guy has no fear.
I'll be honest, I fell asleep during that fight. It was so boring.
Yeah, that was terrible. It was a terrible fight. Yeah. But yeah, he's not scared. I think he really just wanted to beat Yoel because everyone's scared of him. And he just wanted to show he wasn't. And it takes balls to do that. So I respect it.
So yeah.
Yeah, no. Yoel Romero, even Dana White said it. If you're trying to fight for the championship, you got to push for it. You got to go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's come on now. Yeah. Why is the champion gonna?
The champion doesn't need to be the aggressor.
But they have both. They're both the same. They're looking for the same thing though. They were both looking for the mistake, which led into a lot of both of them just kind of standing.
Yeah,
there.
In the first round, immediately he just walked in the middle. It was just stood there.
Yeah, that was a weird fight.
Yeah, but this one.
Go for it.
It's not going to be the same thing at all. Paulo Costa always going to try to push that. He's going to try to get him back on the cage. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of cage techniques from Israel Adesanya. I'm sure he's practiced that because they know that that's where Paulo Costa wants him during the fight. But on top of that, here's the thing, though. It's people only take his UFC career in account. But if you go and account for how many kickboxing fights he's had, and it's a different sport, but just combat sports in general, the head movement, getting out of the way, there's not many guys that do that well and like that. And he's not going to let Paulo Costa hit him. He's going to let him come forward, and then he's going to get around him, constantly probably circling around to the center of the octagon where he fights. So, that's what I think is going to happen. And then don't get me wrong, though, Paulo Costa has that power. So it's if he catches him and he can piece him, he can get him. I'm not saying he can't, but it's just, I don't know. I think there's levels.
I feel like going into this fight, whoever wins this is going to shoot their career up. It's going to be big. Both of these guys are undefeated coming into the middleweight division.
Yeah.
There's going to be one super king because I feel like there's a lot of hype coming for this fight.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Especially after the Yoel Romero Costa fight, because that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was absolutely crazy. Do you think Costa won that fight? Because I watched it the other night on YouTube and I was kind of dude, I thought Yoel Romero was kind of taking it. I thought it was 29-28 Romero because he got the 2 takedowns.
I literally watched it probably 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And at first I was okay, I can like Paulo Costa was doing his thing, and then no. Yoel Romero turned it up, I would say, mid-second round and got a late second-round takedown. So I thought that gave him the round, and the third round was all his.
Yeah,
He was getting them every single time.
I agree.
Paulo Costa could shake it off as much as he wanted to, but with the head movement and what Yoel Romero did, no. I don't think Paulo Costa won that
I remember
fight.
watching it with you. That was your third time watching that fight?
Yeah, I've watched that fight a lot. And I just don't
So
think
that's
he
his
wins.
third or fourth time watching it. So I'm taking his opinion.
The first round was so super crazy though. They were both dropping each other all over the place.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow. And y'all didn't get a chance to step back. You know, he was just completely like pressure coming forward. Amazing fight. They both can take like heavy punches.
Yeah, no, those guys
Still
are
crazy.
both some BMFers, man, for sure.
Super crazy. Well, who else is on that card though? Is there anyone else that's like
Dominic
'cause
Reyes.
that's the main event?
We're gonna
Dominic
see
Reyes.
back in the octagon, avenging his first loss, right? He's coming off that loss,
Which was John Jones,
Yeah.
which people debate.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not fair when you go against John Jones.
Well, that's a good fight. Is that not for the belt then? That fight because John Jones still the champion in that division. I
No.
thought he relinquished the belt.
John Jones vacated the title, so I believe that is a title fight.
Is it? It doesn't say it.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look.
Yeah, no, it does.
It does?
Title fight.
Yes, that is a title fight. They're going for the
So-
vacated title.
And there's two
Oh,
title
is it?
fights. Yeah.
Perfect.
So we got 2 title fights. This is big.
Yeah, it's a big card. You got Diego Sanchez on the prelims as well. Love watching that guy, Diego Sanchez. He's
Diego
awesome.
Sanchez. Diego Sanchez. Oh, yeah. I've watched him.
Still at it.
Still there.
Still there. Dude, I'll never forget his fight against Clay Guida. Oh, man. Crazy.
Banging that out.
Crazy.
Okay, yeah, I know what fight that was. I know exactly what fight that was now. All right.
Yeah, they just throw down each other, man. That's one of the most epic fights ever. And he also fought, who is it there? Gilbert Melendez. That was a crazy fight as well. He just wanted to bite down on his mouthpiece and throw as hard a punch as he could, man. I love watching that guy fight. I think he follows my page as well. He's dynamite. He shared a couple of my posts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
cool. Remember, I think
Tell him to get on the podcast with us.
dude, that would be so cool. There was a video of Diego Sanchez collecting his award for like, I don't know what it was, like fight of the year or one of the best fights ever. And then I seen the clip and I reposted it, but then I wrote like a little piece on like how I felt about the fight, and Diego Sanchez ended up sharing that post, including the piece that I wrote on it. And I was like, oh dude, that's one of my favorite fights ever. And to have that, like, you share it on your page and stuff, I reached out to him. The dude's amazing, man. He's really nice. He always gets back to me, and yeah, hope he performs well in this fight. Be good to see him
That's
get a win.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to check that one out, man. Well, anything else you guys want to go over? I'm pretty excited for the next. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. You know, this is it's kind of weird. We're going to go basketball playoffs tonight, UFC tomorrow, and then into football on Sunday. This is a very beautiful weekend for me.
Spoil for choice.
But no, Liam, I really appreciate you getting back on the podcast, man. I really am sure that you're going to be back on very frequently with me. You're talking about MMA with you is, you know, a good time, and bringing him on and his knowledge. He knows a lot more MMA than I do. So
yeah, dude.
always, I appreciate you, Travis, getting on. But yeah, man, that sums it up for another episode of Talk Smack with Mac. Liam, check out his Instagram page. It is MMA Hardcore on Instagram. I'll put a link in the description of this video. He posts a lot of badass shit of MMA, man, so check him out. Always the best clips every day. MMA Hardcore. All right, y'all. Peace.